Recording in progress.
So greetings to all of our participants of the Community Safari project, Composting in the Cities, and all of those who are indifferent to the nature-based solutions. For the past 2 weeks, we have been getting acquainted, gaining experience, and becoming more professional in the topic of composting. So today is the day we sum up our project. We will find out who has successfully completed our training course and who's going to get the certificate of the Safari Ambassador. And also you will hear the name of the winners of the competition in the multi-storied building in which due to support of UNDP, the initiative of composting is going to be implementing. So I would like to give floor to the coordinator of the nature-based solutions for sustainable cities, UNDP in Ukraine, Olena Tarasova. The floor is yours. Hello. You see, I have a child background, but I think everything is going to be fine. Children are all for us. So I would like to greet all of you on behalf of UNDP in Ukraine. I would like to thank you for joining, for participating, for undergoing the trainings held by our partners. And I would like to thank a lot to our partners, Plato, Relaxico company that is helping implementing, actually holding today's event, and our jury who has contributed a lot to get acquainted with all of the works and to select the winner. It's very valuable for us. So a few words I wanted to say. I think everyone who has joined us today, these are the people who worry and care about our environment. Very recently, an interesting study has been conducted of the public opinion on the protection of the environment. And among the problems that were outlined, there were 2 of them. It's the water, the dirty water in our natural reservoirs, and the waste. So I think on this wave we are working on this project, and our work with the organic waste is not just a phrase. It has started as of 2019, and it's a continuation of the big initiative in which the Plato organization has participated, and the fund to preserve the biodiversity. And together with UNDP, they have developed a very interesting tool, which is Community Safari. It's like a quest of traveling the cities to learn about the problems that can be solved by means of the nature-based solutions. And this year we decided to expand this program for the additional topic as composting, and try to work with you So as far as I see, there are some technical issues with the connection with Olena, but we're thanking her for the opening speech. So shall follow our agenda. Our colleagues and I in the organization Plato are very pleased that the experience that started in 2019 Community Safari project has turned into a full-scale project that gives the possibility to Ukrainians first to identify the problems in the city spaces or in spaces of communities, and second, find the nature-based solutions for such problems. And this time we have held Safari for the 5th time, and we had some records here. We hit some records, and we would like to share this information with you, as together we taught the biggest number of participants for the existence of the project, and that is 354 persons. Also, we managed to analyze the geography of our participants, and we saw that the representatives from 111 communities have joined us from different corners of Ukraine, starting from Lviv until Odessa, Chernihiv, and it's a very, very satisfying, but also it shows that the questions of waste management is very relevant for all Ukraine. We have read all of your stories. We tried to study in detail your requests, your pain, and thank all of you who are already in the topic or those who are only at the beginning. And now I would like to mention those who have successfully completed our course and they are joining the big friendly family of Safari ambassadors. Now I will read the list of the participants who have completed our course and who become the Safari ambassadors. It's Abalmasova Valentina, Ahapova Anna, Aulova Daria, Валицька Наталія, Безугла Наталія, Бельченко Константин, Білошицький Сергій, Блаживська Мар'яна, Божинок Олексій, Бородичева Вікторія, Гаєцька Наталія, Яренко Володимир, Гончаренко Ігор, Язерська Анна, Козаченко Марина, Павленко Катерина, Ключнікова Олена, Ковальчук Алевтина, Козуб Ганна, Колесник Сергій, Коломацька Інна, Комелькова Олена, Комерзан Інна, Котельнікова Юлія, Кошельник Ольга, Кошман Вікторія, Куриченко Людмила, Ларченко Валерія, Литвин Сергій, Лукашевич Анна, Лящук Ольга. I'm very happy that there are so many of you. Медведєва Ольга, Мельников Олександр, Музичка Вікторія, Надія Велицька, Нестеренко Євгенія, Ожибко Наталія, Орлова Валентина, Павлік Юлія, Олеський Олександр, Пєстєрова Віра, Піц Богдана, Радченко Владислава, Роцхаль Світлана, Романовська Ірина, Саябкова Оксана, Степ'як Святослав, Синявська Юлія, Слісаренко Ольга, Степченко Віолета, Сулаєва Дар'я, Татаріна Тетяна, Фещенко Юлія, Песініч Вікторія, Чалапів Тарас, Чернєвець Мар'яна, Шульга Катерина, Щетиніна Ірина, Якимова Оксана, and Яцон Ірина. Thank you. Thank you for finding time, for being so attentive, for approaching this training in a systemic way, and we are greeting you that you join to our family, Safari Ambassadors. And we move on, and right now, the main intrigue and task of our today's event, and that is to define who has impressed our jury the most and who is going to get victory in our competition, in whose building, in whose house this initiative is of composting the Association of Owners of Residential and Non-Residential Premises in Apartment Building. So we have invited professional and extremely independent representatives of jury, and now I would like you to get acquainted with them. So the jury is comprised of Artem Myrhodsky, the founder and CEO of Green Age Company, Oksana Udovik, the manager of the experimental projects of UNDP Ukraine, Olena Tarasova, who is the coordinator of the project of the nature-based solutions for sustainable cities in Ukraine, Tatiana Chuchko, expert of composting and member of the public union permaculture in Ukraine, the coordinator of the project from Plateau, and Diana Papalushi, eco-blogger and expert on waste management. And now we would like the representatives of the jury to share their impressions and tell us what they were thinking about when they were going through it, what attracted their attention while the evaluation, and express the common wishes for the participants in the future. So I would like to give floor to Artem Myrhodsky, the founder and CEO of Green Age Company, the first company that is helping the capital business to implement the complex sorting of the waste. Artem, the floor is yours. Hello, dear friends. Thank you, Angelika. I'm very pleased that I participate in the evaluation. It's really great that so many people have, submitted their candidates and they're active in this case. Last year, I have prepared the project of sorting in the big residential buildings of in the capital. So we had many bumps actually, but from the point of view of in the retrospective view of my experience of my team, I have made the decision, as I have informed previously, and to some of you who are online today, the main attention from my side was on the question of responsibility of the person who is enthusiast. But it's not enough to be just the enthusiast, because composting, it's not an easy thing. It requires attention, systemic approach, and work with the communication, with the residents, with the haters including, which is also very important. And another important element is of trust is experience of the candidates. So if we see that this candidate has already been actively sorting and there is success in this direction, so it's a big step. That is why I will say, do I understand it correct that I can express my position right now, my assessment? Yes, you can. You can mention the names of those participants you like the most, but I would like to emphasize, say that this decision was made it was the decision not of the one person, but of the team. Okay, so given this, I have selected 3 candidates that I like the most. So first place in my list is Sergei Kolesnik from from the residential building from Nikolaev. He meets the criteria the most. He has a lot of experience, and there is a systemic nature of his intentions. These skills will help him implement the project of implementation of this project in his residential building. Also, I liked the application of Natalia Kina from Mariupol, second place. And third place would go to Dobropilla, Tatiana. Just a second. No, it's Orlova Valentina, Dobropilla. I would name it number 3 that I liked, but in general, just like I mentioned before, Sergei Kolesnik, in my opinion, is the best candidate. Thank you. Thank you, Artem. We appreciate your opinion and your experience, and we know that you have a very rich background in the topic of composting and in the topic of waste management. So we are inviting our participants to follow those wonderful projects and initiatives that you are implementing and that you are initiating, and we'll go on. I would like to also give floor to our expert on composting, Tatiana Chuchko. Tatiana today is joining us from the field conditions together with the colleagues of the public organization Plateau, and they're creating the public composting in Lviv. I know that Tatiana has a lot of things to mention. We'll give floor to her for her to share her emotions and impressions. Yes, greetings all. I would like to say the organizers gave me an important and difficult task, because having read all of the applications that went till finale, I was very confused. So I want everyone to win. So if I could do it, I would reward everyone. But when I evaluated all of the projects, I paid attention and noticed that those people who submitted them they bear responsibility and they take that responsibility, and that was very pleasing to see. I even remember the movie of the Adventures of Shurik, if you remember, when they decided who wanted to go where. He was always volunteering, so I had a feeling like they were ready to be responsible. They were ready to start doing it. They were ready to involve people, to spread this experience, to share it, and that was very nice. And to me, it is important that it doesn't close in only one, association of co-owners of apartment buildings, but for it to spread across Ukraine. Also, another thing I paid attention at was the place of the composter, because one thing is what we want, and another thing what we can. And indeed, the choice was very difficult. I'm not going to tell you who was among my favorites, but I would like to quote a phrase by Kazachenko Marina, because she just impressed me very, very much. I loved her approach when she wrote, "I think we all participants have already won, because we have obtained very valuable knowledge and practical experience that is very motivating." So you understand that among all, now there only one is going to be selected, but it's not something that has to devalue your work and your aspirations. Let your motivation stay with you. I have noticed that many projects don't even need any help. They are capable to do it all themselves. They just have to believe in that they are able to do it. And I believe in you, seriously. So you can do all. You keep on being motivated and arrange composting all. So if you have any difficulties or questions, you can contact me. I'm ready to give you advice, to discuss some difficult situations that may occur, and I wish you all success. Thank you, Tatiana, for a very emotional and motivational speech. We also wish success and confidence to all of our participants. And now it's the moment when we need to announce the main winner of our competition. And in this part, I would like to give floor to Olena Tarasova, the UNDP representative in Ukraine, for her to share her impressions and for her to name the main winner. So, Olena. Yes, can you hear me? Yes. Super. So my impressions are very similar to the previous representatives of jury, because many interesting initiatives are already in place, and the experience that the participants have. I was also impressed the motivation and experience of Mykolaiv, from Mykolaiv Sergei, the presentation that he made. Also Odessa, by the way. Very interesting initiatives that you are implementing with children. And thank you for the inspiration that you have worked in your building. Also, Vinnytsia seems to me, both projects that they submitted, I loved a lot, because I see the motivation, and I hope that those materials that we have, they will be useful for you. So I guess we'll move to the name of the winner. We have the winner, right, Angelica? Yes, you can name. So Papa Babam, we would like to greet, and I think it was unanimous decision, It's Mykolaiv who's the winner, and Serhiy. Greetings to you. We will keep on working with you within our pilot project and other participants. I would like to thank other participants for their participation. We'll also keep in touch because we want to, continue this project and help the others to implement the projects and install composters and to have this practice taking care about the future of the next generation. So thank you all. Thank you, Olena, for taking this responsibility in informing about the results of our selection. I would like to also greet on my behalf and on behalf of Plato organization, the winner, Serhiy Kolesnik from Mykolaiv. I would like to remind you that apart from installing the composting platform in your association of co-owners of apartment buildings, we're going to assist and facilitate, and we'll do the educational campaign and teach the residents of the building how to compost correctly. We will spread informational materials, we will consult, and we will even try to develop together with you the business model of implementation of the composter. And of course, on my behalf and on behalf of my colleagues, thank you all of our participants who joined our competition and our training project. You did very well, and it seems to me that this project can become like, the important stage when you get the confidence you need and these additional messages that will help you move on, not to give up, and to also convince other communities, and starting with your private household and some advocacy campaigns that will lead to the systemic changes within the communities. So our team and I are thanking all for participating. We believe in your high potential. We wish you courage, and we encourage you, if you have any needs, to take consultations, or if you need any advice or have any questions on the composting process, we're open for further communication with you. If Serhiy Kolesnik is here with us, we can also give him a word for him to share his impressions. Serhiy, can you hear us? No, he can't hear us. I guess there are some technical issues. Well, anyway, that's all. Thank you all for joining us today. The certificates of Safari ambassadors will be sent after this session to your emails. Believe in composting, gain your knowledge about composting, and please practice composting, because it is a vitally important process on the way to implement nature-based solutions in our communities. Thank you for staying with us, and goodbye. Good luck.